I'm sorry, be mad with me all you want, but it's gonna be too goddamn hot this summer to be fat. If y'all hoes is still fat, this tea is still for sale. Drop down in the description box and click the link to purchase this and other fine weight loss products so you could be cool this summer and not smelling like beached whale because you hot and sweating in places that we didn't even know existed. Bye. Nessa girl, I must honestly say I'm a little upset with y'all. Y'all blew my line up talking about Married to Medicine. You gotta watch the Married to Medicine last night. You gotta watch the Married to Medicine. I finally took an hour out of my time to watch Married to Medicine, and I honestly don't understand what the hell y'all was blowing up my line for. It did not give. Like, I'm thinking something catastrophic had done happened, or whatever the case may be, and whatever was going on was consistent, is consistent with what's been going on the entire season. But since I watched this shit, I guess we gotta talk about it. Here it goes. You know, Nessa girl, this season I tuned out of Married to Medicine. It just wasn't giving. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact, maybe it's a combination of it's not giving. Maybe I'm a little too close to the situation, so I'm not entertained by it. Maybe it's a combination of both. But I also think Married to Medicine is suffering with what I have already said, and y'all have heard me say it over the months and over the years, about the whole ensemble cast of 5 supposed wealthy, fabulous black women. This format is coming to an end on reality television, and it has to be reimagined, re-envisioned, repurposed, and not recycled. Producers are going to have to get creative, and whereas they've rested on their laurels of doing the same old across the last decade, things are going to require people to now get creative. But anyway, y'all want to talk about Married to Medicine? Here it go. The episode opens up with Anila putting them drinks on Lisa Nicole's room. Lisa Nicole, I guess she owed Anila that money. She asked her, did she send an invoice? And you know, it's crazy because Lisa want to act all business fine and dignified, honey. But I've been around this group of girls. I've been around all the other reality TV girls. And that ain't how this shit go. The shit go like this. Girl, do this for me. What you charge? $600. Here go the cash out. That's how the shit go. All right. All this mess be operating on a handshake agreement. Lisa Nicole, of all people, want to act all business and dignified. But time and time again, Married to Medicine has proven, Lisa, you are not the business person. Quiet as it's kept. They say the feds son came down to your office because you doing testing without a lab. Your ass was all on the damn news for fraud and the hell like them people out them COVID things. Business is not your strong suit. So to try to sit here and pretend like you want to do things so proper like is a big fail. Not to mention, if you wanted to do things so proper, like you and Anila would have had contracts. But see, you don't like contracts because you don't do good business. And I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I don't know it per se, but that's what the people say. Anyway, the girls get to ride on the scooter or whatever, on the buggy, and they was waiting on Miss Quad, and Quad said she couldn't make it because she was on the toilet. No, Quad couldn't make it because Quad was drunk the night before and hung over. Quad sound like death becomes her on that damn phone, and that's why she couldn't get on that golf cart. Is it me? Or when them ladies went on the shrimp boat, I just felt like the PETA people would not be pleased because they took that trap, they dredged it down to the bottom of the ocean and brought up all that marine wildlife. Then they was touching and putting they nasty Atlanta germs all on them shrimps and them stingrays, fucking up the ecosystem in Jekyll Island. They gonna have all kind of acetone and Etoile de toilette perfume and all that shit all in the people ocean. Now when they get to having red tide and the seaweed get to dying and carrying on and the algae get to overgrowing, it's because Married to Medicine came and put their fake acrylic nail laced hands all over them sea creatures and threw them back in the ocean. You bunch of environmentally unsafe bitches. I'm not here for it. Jack Hanna ain't having it, and Steve Irwin is somewhere flipping over in his damn grave. Matter of fact, he died of a stingray. He damn sure wouldn't want y'all touching it like that. It was cute when Jackie, Anila, and Simone were going for a walk and they were talking about having to disengage from the friendship sometime and come back together. And Jackie was like, you want to fight? She started taking off her jacket and whatnot, and her and Simone started rumbling in the grass. It was a cute moment. It was a moment that gave us some hope, some faith, a glimpse of that Jackie and Simone that we are used to seeing. Unfortunately, and you know what? We as people, friendships are just like marriages, just like any other relationships. We've got to sometimes stop holding on to, we've been friends for 20 years, we've been married for 20 years. You know, I'm of the belief as I begin to navigate through life, and so some of my long-lasting friendships have come to an end, that sometimes friendships are step stools and building blocks to help get you to your next, or to help get you through where you are at the moment. You don't discount them. They definitely serve a purpose, but they may not serve any future purpose. You know what I'm saying? And we've got to learn to bow out gracefully. And I think oftentimes we ruin what can be an amicable end or closing of a friendship by trying to fight for something that the universe is trying to tear us apart from. You see what I'm saying? Because then when you begin to fight, what could be a beautiful ending gets laced with, well, I tried, well, I called her, well, she didn't invite me to the party, well, she said this. All that is coming in the midst of the fight. Versus had the two people that looked at each other and said, you know what, friend? We've come to the end of the road, but I still love you, and I'm going to see you when I see you. And when I see you at the parties, when you release it that way, then there is no, I'm mad because she didn't invite me to the party. I'm mad because she didn't call. I'm mad because she didn't invite me on the vacation. There's no need for all of that, because we've realized that we've come to that crossroads where it's now time for us to part until the universe sees for us to come together again. So I think that that's what Simone and Jackie need to do before they do any further damage to what may be a future relationship. I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll come back together during retirement. Maybe they'll come back together in a year. But I definitely think at this point they should just really give it a rest, and let's just see what happens on it. I'm a firm believer that, you know, y'all want to say marriage takes work and all those types of things. And I get the work as it relates to compromising and stuff. But as it relates to the core connection of us being together, I'm not working to be with no bitch. I'm not working to be in relation with no bitch. I'm going to walk in my house, or I'm going to walk in the restaurant where said bitch is at, and either it's going to feel good or it isn't. And if it don't feel good, and when it stops feeling good, it's time to go. I don't think relationships are that difficult. I think the right people who are supposed to be in your life don't present themselves as work. If anything, they present themselves as a safe haven, as a safe place, as a place of refuge, as a place of solace, as a place of solitude, as a place of re-energizing and reinvigorating. But work, no ma'am. No ma'am. Work is for the slaves, honey. And we just practiced June 15th. Just celebrated. I'm not working to be with no bitch. You know what? You can take that whole... You know what? Call me Nikki Giovanni Ross. Because you could really splice out that little piece I did and had the girls winning the Theodore Gibson oratorical contest. Because, bitch, I just said a word. That was real poetic. They invite Scott down to the thing for this damn intervention that nobody pre-planned him about. When he got in that room with Contessa and she said, how was your drive? He said, I had to sit behind Curtis' big ass. Bitch, I hollered. Because that sounded like some shit I would have said. And you know, Scott must have been the last person they picked up, or the last person to get in the car, considering the fact that he got the least desirable seat. I hollered. But see, Curtis, y'all ain't shit. Because y'all was supposed to warn Scott what he was stepping into. And I guess Damon said he ain't want nothing to do with that shit, honey. He was finna stay there and manage them pain clinics and keep giving them damn junkies they oxycodones and they Percocets, 90 of them at a time, or whatever the case may be, and make his damn money while Heavenly down there stirring up shit. I'm here to tell you that this setup was a big mistake. So they get down to the table and leave it to Heavenly to get the shit started. So, Scott, we got some questions for you. Oh, Lord. And then everybody gets silent and get nervous. And then Simone goes, Scott, you're not in the hot seat. Well, bitch, what the hell you call it? You went to medical school, honey, and I hope that logic and reason is not what you taking into the goddamn OR where you cutting folks open, delivering babies. Because if that wasn't the goddamn hot seat, then I don't know what the hell it is. It damn sure wasn't the air-conditioned seat. And it damn sure wasn't the lukewarm seat or the room temperature seat. Baby, that bitch looked hot to me. Now, it wasn't boiling. It wasn't scorching. It wasn't prostitute pussy in 90-degree weather walking the boulevard. But that bitch was hot. Okay? Curtis was right, though. Curtis was right when he mentioned y'all put him on the spot and y'all only got one side of the equation. Now, to the lady's defense, based on what Contessa was saying and what she revealed, there really wasn't much more that needed to be added by Scott to make or change their opinion, because the information that she gave, although it may have just been one side of the equation, that one side was damaging enough that there was nothing that could have came out of Scott's mouth that could have made them feel any other way, unless he would have revealed that he caught Contessa laying low and spreading it wide with an orderly down to the hospital and saw it with his own two eyes and decided to stay, and he went and got that woman of 7 months as payback. That's the only thing Scott could have said that would have made them switch sides or take a neutral position. And seeing as though that ain't what Contessa did, there was nothing Scott could have said. Heavenly and Quad take their old nosy ass to them people room. You know, I know their heart had to be racing out their chest because Scott ain't the one for the bullshit. And I'm surprised Scott even let their ass in that damn room, yet alone let them start a conversation with him being in the other damn room. And then they called Scott into the back room where Contessa was. Here's the thing, right? Like, and I guess this the part y'all was calling me about. Scott, either you are a liar then when you told Contessa you had the female thing, or you're a liar now when you brought up Kevin Johnson. Y'all already know where I'm going with this. Whether you are a liar on the front end or the back end, you are a liar. Granted, I don't know Kevin Johnson and I don't know this life coach woman that Scott hasn't paid. But it just feels too convenient. It feels like Scott was trying to put a button on a subject that he did not want to talk about, that was uncomfortable, that made him look bad. And so now you want to say you talked to Kevin Johnson and don't have this lady that you've been talking to for 7 months. You know, the end credits on Married to Medicine do leave everybody confused, and Heavenly said it best that they're functionally dysfunctional, because after the show wrapped, after what y'all seen, Heavenly, Leah from the LA one, Scott and Contessa, they were all down here in Miami. I went and had breakfast at the hotel with Heavenly, and Scott and Contessa, you know, they were carrying on and conducting themselves like happily married people, going on a walk, sitting at the pool together. I observed them with my own two eyes. And so it is weird if you're their friend group or the viewer, because it's like, which one is it? Are y'all having problems? Are y'all not? Are y'all trying to work on it? or y'all not? Here is one thing that's for certain. Contessa is gravely unhappy, and Scott isn't interested. You know, I think when you get to the point where you can say to yourself, to your group of friends, and to the television, I'm there because of my kids, you've already pondered on and arrived at the conclusion that you do not want to be there. You're already spiritually divorced in your being. When your man or your woman walks through the door and you suck your teeth, and in the back of your mind you're saying, I'm only there for my kids. I think Scott and Contessa both need to sit in that and explore that. And I think, y'all, that we've got to normalize the graceful dissolution of marriage. Going back to my earlier conversation about sometimes things running their course, or people being stepping stones to get you to your next or to get you through your current. Same goes for marriages. Like, happily ever after, don't get me wrong, it's great for those who can achieve it. But it's also a bit whimsical. It does happen for some, but we need to understand that it's okay if it doesn't happen for all. I had a friend that was married one time, and she's actually connected to this group of women. And I asked her, would she get married again? And her response was, yeah, just as long as I can get divorced. There's nothing wrong with saying this don't work anymore, and I still love you. But now we just need to reconfigure what this love looks like. And we need to transition this from a husband and wife romantic thing to a bomb-ass friend co-parent thing. And be BFFs and support each other in that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Scott and Contessa are. I honestly think they would actually be better as co-parents and co-workers. I think they would honestly, I think if Scott and Contessa removed the romantic confines and restraints from their relationship and pivoted to a mom and dad, co-worker, medical employee situation, I bet you they'd probably be even closer and even more spiritually bonded. Just my 2 cents. But what do my single gay ass know? Carrie walks into Toya's room and says she overheard what was going on, and then they go to check on Contessa. I mean, we can call her messy, but y'all brought the shit to that lady front door or to her front bed or whatever the case may be. We know not to stay at whatever the hell Marriott y'all was at in damn Jekyll Island because the walls is paper thin. And you see when she told Quan, I hear you over here, Quan said, what you heard? Probably heard you having phone sex with somebody, man, that don't belong to you. That's about what she heard, because Quan sounded real concerned about what you heard. Child, that's about what she heard. But she damn sure heard Contessa and Scott, and heard Scott talking about getting titty pictures and stuff from the people, which is all kinds of inappropriate. See, the thing that I don't like about Scott, or Scott's response, is that when he was in the confessional and they was asking him about the titty pictures and his wife is sitting there, you know, I might have gotten the... No, nigga, ain't no might have got nothing. Don't do that. Don't minimize what's going on. You're painting me further. Your wife is sitting here crying over this situation, and you trying to play it like it, I might have got... Stand up in it. You about don't swam up in it anyway. You probably already don't stood up in it. You know what I'm saying? So stand up in it. Stop gaslighting her and us and trying to make this lady seem dumb, like she's overreacting. I might have got something. No, nigga, you got something. The lady seen them tig old biddies. The quicker you own it, the quicker we can move past it. But I might have. Yeah, I ain't got no respect for that might have got. That ain't working for me. When Scott leave after Carrie then went in there, y'all seen the producers trying to open that door and Contessa hit that shit with that G.I. Jane arm. She said, y'all hoes can't come in here. The producer about, we gotta come in. No, the fuck you don't. She said, bitch, you don't own all my life, but we gotta come in. No, you don't. Don't nobody want to have no breakdown in front of all y'all. And y'all right here getting a check at my expense. Lisa went to pay that bill. Let me tell you something. I love the fact that it was Carrie who told her, don't be no damn Karen. Don't be no Karen over that bill. And here's the thing, right? What I didn't understand. Don't get me wrong. I would have been upset too, right? If somebody had put some charges on my bill. It was great get back. But here goes to speak to Lisa's intentions. If your intentions were to pay Anila the $600, I'd have cussed her ass out. But I would have let it ride and been like, all right, bitch, you paid. There you go. You told her to send the invoice. The net effect to you is zero. Whether you paid the invoice or whether you paid the hotel, you were still out $600. You know what I'm saying? I love Heavenly's approach. And it's so funny because it almost makes Lisa feel a little broke. Because again, I've been around this group of women. And that's just how the shit normally goes when we out and about. If there would have been some discrepancy about a bill like that, everybody normally would have reached in and just been like, girl, let's go. And you see, that's what Carrie did. Carrie's like, girl, we don't have time to be sitting up here arguing about no $600 damn. Here go the card. Let's go. Especially at the point in which Lisa want to start arguing in the damn driveway. Now, here's the thing I don't understand about Lisa Nicole, right? Lisa, you're the smallest one in the bunch and probably the easiest to overpower. You have a tendency to do this raise your voice thing and walk towards people, which in the right circumstance could be taken as aggression. Not to mention you threw a glass at Quad's face. I don't know, Lisa. You just strike me as the type that if somebody wound your ponytail up like this and started fighting you, that you would call the police. And then want to revert to being like innocent, poor, defenseless white woman. So you might want to kind of calm down with raising your voice and walking in people's direction if your ass don't want to get popped. Beyond that, y'all, I was waiting for something major to happen on Married to Medicine, and then the closing credits started going on. So Heavenly's son Zachary, they bought the lake house as an investment and the boat. Heavenly says they spent a lot of time out on the dock, on the Lake Lanier, and on the boat or whatever the case may be. Miles was home shredding paper, and it said Simone and Cecil still waiting to be empty nesters. Simone and Cecil are accommodating mediocrity. They're accommodating mediocrity. I said it before and I'm going to say it now. Children that drop out of college and come home, that's because their parents let them. That's because they know they can. When I left home at 17 and I took my ass to Florida State University, I went to the summer program. When I came back, my room was painted purple. The room I slept in was painted purple. When I came home, my parents made me sleep on the couch. You're not getting comfortable here. I knew that if I did not finish school, that there was nowhere for me to go, and my parents would have been disappointed to their core. Like I would have rather died than flunk out of school. Flunking out of school was not an option for me. It damn sure to coming home and not doing nothing of any great substance. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you coming home, you got 6 months to figure it out. Either your ass going to the military, your ass going to Georgia State, your ass going to plumbing school, but you just not finna be sitting around here full out line working some menial hourly job. It's just, and I know y'all gonna say, fine, Dineva, you ain't got kids. You don't got kids. I don't have to have kids to tell you what you're doing wrong with yours. He too grown. He too grown. He too grown. He too grown. Simone, next time you see me, roll your eyes. Don't talk to me. Be mad. But sis, he too grown. Jackie podcasting, cute. Eugene and Toya playing pool, and she was like, you need to be playing tennis. Was I the only one who processed that as Toya saying, your big ass need to be outside running around, exercising, burning calories so you can lose some of them weight and some of them childbearing hips? That's what I got from it. Then they showed Anila's home, which was absolutely amazing. Then they asked Eugene and Toya why they put their house on the market, and he said, we're not talking about that. Well, why are we not talking about it? That was proof right there for everything that we already knew. Toya and Eugene got in over their head once again. See, that's the thing I don't understand. And one thing the universe taught me very early on, if you don't learn the lesson once, the universe will keep making your ass repeat it, and burn you deeper and harder each time until you get it. Y'all fucked up y'all finances one time, living high on the hog and far beyond y'all means. Why the hell would you go out and do it again? For the sake of materialism and conspicuous consumption. Not to mention, no tea, no shade. At best, Married to Medicine has 4 years left on it. At best. I had a conversation with somebody that worked at Viacom, and they said they're getting ready to wrap up the total Love and Hip Hop franchise. They're done. They're looking for a way to wrap it all out. Mark my words, we are going to see the same thing with Housewives. We are going to see the same thing with Married to Medicine. And the reason why this is prudent to this conversation is because y'all are basing y'all living expenses off of Toya's current salary and Eugene's current salary. Eugene has future earning potential. Toya does not at that level. Toya has sat on this show for X amount of years and has not done anything that could generate remotely that type of money, $800,000 to $1 million. She has not built anything that could generate that type of revenue and sustain that lifestyle after this show is done. So for Eugene to know that, or to not know that, and supposed to be the captain of this ship and to steer his family into financial ruin again, Atlanta people got that shit real bad about wanting to outdo one another and have the shiniest car shining. You know, I'm just not programmed that way. And I'm going to tell you why. Bitch, I've been broke before. I know what the fuck it feel like to struggle. I know what it feel like to be living paycheck to paycheck. I know what it feel like to have to call a bitch and ask them, can you borrow $40? And how, you know, in the grand scheme of life, I look at where I am now, and to have to call somebody and ask them, can you borrow $25 till you get paid? You know, it makes you feel bad. So because I've been there before, my ultimate goal is to just always be as comfortable as possible and live below your means. You can live in the everlap of luxury for much cheaper than what they live in. Because y'all, at a certain point, the lifestyle is the same. Whether you are in a $1.5 million house or a $3 million house, the lifestyle is the same. Whether you are in a $60,000 car or a $180,000 car, the drive and the lifestyle is the same. And if you live in Atlanta and you are in the reality TV world, the lifestyle is the same. You wearing the same clothes, shopping at the same places, eating at the same restaurant, going to the same car wash as all the people who truly got it. The lifestyle is the same. So if you're going to be living the same lifestyle, breathing the same air, you might as well have your damn money in your pocket. All you need to enter the lifestyle in Atlanta is a $400,000 house. That's all you need to be a player. You need a BMW or a baby mama Benz and a $400,000 house and a pair of red bottoms, bitch, and eat at the right restaurants twice a month. That's all you need to be an entry player into the lifestyle. That's it. So when the girls be going above and beyond, trying to cha-cha-cha on this Mardi Gras, I don't understand why they go so far. You ain't got to do all that. And that's it on that, y'all. I got to call y'all back about this Trick Daddy. Let me edit and upload this. And then child Sabrina say, Tip tried to have her killed for $25,000. I'm gonna call y'all back because we gotta talk about this shit. Bah.